Hey guys, so welcome back to another Last Epoch video. This time we're highlighting Fire Necromancer. Um, Main crux of the build here is mainly built around Summon Volatile Zombie. And just going all in on fire, making sure that our skeletons are mainly fire archers, all of our mages are pyromancers, our golem is burning things alive around it, and we are constantly summoning zombies that explode in the face of our enemies. The gear build's not too crazy. This is mainly a critical chance build, so we've got double phantom grip to get the minion skill buffs as well as the flat minion critical strike chance. We've got Horn of the Bone Wisp to get that massive fire penetration on a 4 intelligence skill wand. Nice little +4 to minion skills, or to summon minion skeletal mage. Along with very lucky on a fire acolyte relic. That isn't something that is a Weaver's Will item. And past that, I mean, it's a very, ironically, it's a very exalted focus build. There's not really a lot of uniques we use for this. I'm sure there is, and I'm sure somebody on stream or in the comments will point out to me I could use this, but it's working out for just doing, basic 100-ish corruption. So, Pearls of the Swine, yeah. Just to really point out here again, we have a 43% critical strike chance. The reason we have a critical strike chance, even though you can see really only minion attacks on here, and I think our minion critical strike chance, yeah, 67%, yeah, is because we actually are spec'd into Infernal Shade, and Infernal Shade is also spec'd to just explode as fast as it can with a massive critical strike chance, so it's basically 100% on these crits. The reason being is because Volatile Zombie here is spec'd so that whenever it explodes, dies in any way, it casts Infernal Shade for us on a random enemy. So we are just rapid casting Infernal Shade thanks to our zombies. Summon Skeleton, nothing special. Fire Arrow is the main thing here. Bone Golem. We aren't going really Infernal Aura because I really don't want to constantly have to resummon skeletons and mages. But we are leaning into the fire and spell fire damage that it does with its aura. Along with giving minions move speed and making sure it's taking damage off of us. All about pyromancers and critting for the mages. Oh yes, all the poison, or well, all the, I should say, ignite. And yeah, I mean, we do have a couple points were dropped here because I believe I was respecking something. So the main thing is we'll be putting this into Splintered Dominion to get more projectiles. Alright. We'll do a few echoes here. Apparently I haven't done this yet. Ooh, you know what? I don't know if we have our Weaver tree maxed out? We do. Got a couple triple exalted slotted in there, so. Alright, let's get into it. Again, we're just going to do a few echoes. I'm not going to do anything for very long. It wants to load. Alright. So really, I mean, I'm gonna try and stand back a little bit and just let my minions do the work, just so you can see the damage they are doing by themselves. And as you can see, I don't really need to do much. I can teleport around, whatnot, move faster, but this is before I've even started summoning zombies, really. Oh yeah. Now we already are level 90. I should kind of show off build here. I'm not going to go over the each individual nodes, but just know that it is mainly trying to buff the attack speed and crit chance and damage of the There is some mana problems with this build, which is why I went down the Lich Tree a little bit for some mana regen. But it's not really that big of a deal. Mana regeneration is pretty quick, so it usually just causes us to cool down for maybe a couple seconds at best if we run out. You'll see when I do the next Echo where I am going to try and spam zombies. Or if we end up fighting a boss. I can tell you if we're going to fight a Rift Beast, you're definitely going to see what the zombie damage looks like. But for the most part, we're just running straight in. See how champion works out here. Just gonna play. We do need our minions to focus on Ashvan. There we go. Really high damage, not high enough to burst through the aura shield. There we go. Okay, let's go fight a Rift Beast.
Come to me if you have parts to trade.
Yep, that's close. I have max resistances, so I shouldn't have to worry about those like Mantis beast things are very fast and deal a lot of high physical damage. So early on when I was doing this build, they were absolutely a threat and absolutely nearly killed me quite a few times. Our armor's even. Well, our armor's decent for a Necromancer, let's put it that way. He is nice. Yeah, this is a very... I don't play a lot of, like, minion builds as far as... well, I should say strictly minion builds where you're just kind of waiting for your army to do the work. But this one's been quite nice with the zombie mix, because you're at least actively doing something with minions where you're actively pressing a button. So I'm going to start summoning the zombies now so you can start seeing the difference a little bit. Although, again, there's not a lot of enemies that are terribly powerful. Again, our crit chance is insane. I wish I had more means of multipliers. That would be one of the biggest increases to our damage. But yeah, as you can see, this is almost all yellow numbers. Almost all crit numbers. Let's do... I'm gonna say bones. Could always use more bones. Alright. So yeah, there's not really much to say. I mean, from what I played earlier in the season, this build was, and is, pretty clean. Very fun. I think as far as a minion build in this game goes, this is definitely a solid choice. I don't know if you'd want to go crit like I did. Maybe you'd want to go maybe ignite focus, damage over time. But you really can't go wrong with fire type minions. Did I get that? No. Okay. Okay. As far as survivability is concerned, I mean, again, besides the aforementioned Mantis beasts, again, didn't really need to really think about it or sweat it at all. this. I would probably say the biggest drawback on this build is probably just, as you can probably tell here, kind of the lack of mobility. I've only got 18% move speed. Now, that is partially due to my gear choice. I'm pretty sure you could absolutely squeeze more attack speed out of this build, but for where we're at, I mean, to be fair, you want your minions to be moving faster than you anyways. Affix. But it can be a little grating to kind of sit here and wait for minions to finish off some of the tougher situations. But again, it's not, you know, that's kind of there has to be a drawback to this build, right? Every build has its pros and cons, and this one is mobility. Now, we do have an unskilled transplant, so that kind of helps, but only to a certain extent. Thankfully, it doesn't use mana, is the best part about transplant. Oh, well, we got a shade. I was not expecting a shade to actually show up, but here we are. See how fast we can kill a shade. I mean, it's doing pretty good damage. And there it is. I'm not going to pick anything up unless I see... Well, okay, there's a 2. And I almost... Stymie Fae almost never has a LP on it. There we go. Easy peasy. Got a Nemesis over here. Let's go pick on the Nemesis. I think if I had to pick... If there was another thing I could do to help the damage on this, I would say maybe the Throne of Ambition, the unique idol, but it's debatable. Okay, staff. Yeah, we're just go. There we go. Back to 100% on Skeleton Mage. Okay. Oh, I forgot my tabs are full. Well, it's okay. I don't need it that bad. Gotta put on some red rings, but yeah. Okay. Let's... Hey, Idle Virgo. Let's do titles? No. Deadly if they've not been damaged. Let's do that one. We'll do, yeah, we'll do like 2 or 3 more echoes, and then, again, this is gonna be a short vid. Not really much else to say about the build other than sit back and relax while your skeletons do all the burning alive of your enemies. This was the second. It was I can't remember if it was the second or third build I did for the season. So chances are, and I absolutely have not touched it in a while. Chances are there is a lot of gear that absolutely could be given an upgrade. And if the season wasn't already pretty much exhausted, I probably would. I probably would go through my stash right now and check out what we could do. But again, it's not broken per se right now, so why fix it? Oh, yes. There we go. Excellent. All right. Again, mobility, mobility, mobility. Mobility and mana. Oh, prismatic. You don't say. Alright, there's number one. Excellent. Alright. It's where Lagon's enemies are always the most annoying. Like all the sea, Lagon, ocean-based enemies are always annoying. There we go. I think I'd be using flame rates. Ooh, we actually have a rift beast really quick. Let's take care of it. Best part about this is that, for the most part, you can just kind of waltz around and... Oh! I got 1-2 punched. I got stomped by the Rift Beast and then stomped by the, slammed by the Ogre, so that was unfortunate. But thankfully we already completed the Rift, so... Or the, Echo. Get our army back. And we're back up. Let's do... Oh wait, is this... This is what I think it is. Oh god, not Sky Garden. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna bail out of that one. Let's go to Tidal Sands, I think. Bridges Hinterland's good, actually. Yeah. We'll do this one and then we'll call it. Yeah, I hope everybody's holidays are going well so far. Again, channel's going to be a little slower for a little bit, but things will ramp back up. Again, next week I think will be a surprise for both everyone and myself. So, I would like to put out more Last Epoch content, don't get me wrong. But, you know, I've put out so much in the past few months that I think a break is needed, you know. And I think following, you know, starting next year, it's not like this is not going to go, you know, Last Epoch's not going in. Season 4 is reported to be starting in January, so soon as... that one was pretty sure. We'll do one more. We'll do one more. It's starting in January, so probably will be one of the first games we do for 2026. So, I really don't want idols. Alright, we'll do Coastal Village and then we'll call it. Yeah, if you have any questions about this build, I'm more than happy to answer what has worked for me. I'm pretty sure there's probably a slightly better version of this build, but I'll tell you right now, Volatile Zombie into Infernal Shade is very fun. And the fact that you can kind of focus it as a crit build is really nice because you don't even have to worry about the shade limit at that point. And then the rest of the minions are just there to just kind of clean up shop. You know, whatever your zombies don't kill, the rest of your army will finish. I would say this is probably one of the more relaxing builds. We got a Harbinger. I do want to highlight an amulet. You may have seen it when I was fighting the Nemesis earlier, but I want to highlight this amulet that I've been meaning to try out. There we go. It's Logi's Hunger. And Logi's Hunger is definitely a fire amulet build. I'll pull it up after we finish the Echo here. But it is something that I have been... that was probably, if I remember correctly, that was the one piece of gear I was definitely keen on trying out for this build before... I switched to other things back at the start of the season. Something big drop. And double T6. This late in the season, double T6 doesn't even cut it. And there it is. What's this really quick? Okay, it's one bolt. Okay. Very neat. Ooh, Runa Havoc. Wow, that's a nice little bonus right before the end here. Really quick. So yeah, we have a Logi. Oh, can I get my mouse stay in place, please? This is a Logi's Hunger. The main thing here is that it's giving +2 to all of our fire minion skills, which is basically most of our skills. And then it has minion critical strike chance, which, I mean, to be fair, our critical strike chance is already pretty high. Now, the one thing that makes me a little wary is that this will reduce our survivability by a fair amount. And I'm pretty sure that lacking the extra fire penetration there and the all attributes and whatnot is actually probably going to be a net loss. So you're mainly doing this for the slight bit of extra crit chance and the fire +2 fire minion skills. So, basically a strong contender. I'd say either of these is good, but Logi's Hunger is probably slightly better. I mean, with this combined with double Phantom Grip, you're looking at +6 to all minion skills and a ridiculous amount of crit chance, especially with some extra, like, flat crit chance for your minions. But yeah, that will do it for Fire Necromancer, guys. This will be probably one of the last builds I highlight for Season 3, so hope you all enjoyed, and sooner than later, I hope I'll see you in the next one.